Hey folks, Matt here, and these are the metal vinyl releases for January 2021. Starting on January 8th, we have a reissue for Nuclear Assault. This is their 1986 debut album entitled Game Over. It's being released by Red Music Legacy. This isn't the first time it was reissued. It was put out by High Roller Records in 2015 and 2016 on clear, yellow, and red vinyl. There was also a camouflage-colored picture disc version of this album. Came out early in 2020. It was co-released by Revolver. That was limited to 200 copies and is now sold out. As for this version, there isn't much info available on it, except for the release date. Other versions have included the Plague EP. I should probably also mention that. It's unclear if this one will have that, so I guess we'll find out. So I'm definitely a fan of this band. Yes, even the Something Wicked album, which is kind of a controversial album for them. A lot of people were kind of on the fence about it. I'm definitely thinking about getting this reissue. I know the OG copy of it's pretty pricey, as a lot of the 80s Nuclear Assault OGs are. So I might get this one. Who knows? Jumping to January 15th, we have the 16th studio album from Accept coming out. It's called Too Mean to Die. It's going to be released by Nuclear Blast Records. This is the first album to feature Martin Motnik, who replaced original bassist Peter Baltus in 2019. It's a 2 LP set with a gatefold sleeve. Vinyl variants for Europe are Transparent Blue, 300 copies, Green and Red Splatter, 500 copies, Blue and Green Swirl, 500 copies, and Coke Bottle Green, 300 copies. Variant for the US is an unspecified number of red, orange, and white splatter. Also an unspecified number of black copies for both markets, and Gold Inside Swamp Green, 300 copies, also available worldwide. If you're looking for music videos, there is one for the track The Undertaker, as well as a lyric video for the title track. Both are available at the Nuclear Blast YouTube page. I've been meaning to finally explore some of the post-Udo Accept. I've been a little bit lazy about that, to be honest, so maybe I need to pull that trigger now. Do let me know in the comments some of your favorite Accept albums post-Udo. Definitely, yeah. You too, Darcy Six Strings. Let me know. Starting off with a list of 5 reissues for January 15th is the Music on Vinyl reissue of Prong's third full-length album called Prove You Wrong. Came out in 1991 originally. The original vinyl version was only available in Europe, so this is the first time on the format for those outside of the continent. This reissue comes in a single LP with an insert. This is a 30th anniversary release on 180-gram silver and black marbled vinyl, limited to 666 numbered copies. Other reports have this coming out a week later, so keep that in mind. I definitely dig this album. I'm a little bit more of a fan of Beg to Differ, which was the record before that, but I might still get this one. It is kind of a tempting purchase. Also on January 15th is the reissue of Tales of Terror, which is the 1985 debut album from Hallows Eve. It's being reissued by Metal Blade Records. Interestingly enough, you can actually find this listing everywhere but at Metal Blade's website, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it could mean a delay in release. Not really sure. But if you go to the official Hallows Eve Facebook page, there's actually information there. The band is saying it'll be a remastered version, including 4 live and rehearsal bonus tracks found in the vaults. They also mentioned that vinyl variants will be told about later, so they're not revealing that right now. So it's coming out, but the release date seems to be in question, so definitely keep that in mind. My exposure to this band is a bit limited. I don't recall a lot of their earliest material very well. I do remember the track Lethal Tendencies from the River's Edge soundtrack. Great soundtrack, by the way. I probably should look into this album and see if I want to buy it, you know, when it actually comes out, of course. Continuing with the reissues is the re-release of the second album from Intruder called A Higher Form of Killing. It was originally released in 1989. This is a 2021 repress of the 30th anniversary release from Lost and Found Rex back in 2019. This is basically just a reprint of that. And it will also be put out on limited edition splatter vinyl. The first vinyl reissue from 2019 was released on transparent blue with black and white splatter. It was limited to 500 copies, so it's available again, though in an unknown splatter format. I'm more familiar with this band's first album, came out in 1987, called Live to Die. Played a bit of that during my college radio days. I do remember this one a little bit, but I need to revisit it a bunch just to see if I want to get it. So there you go. And if one reissue for a single band wasn't enough, we have 2 reissues for a single band. That band is Razer. First up is the Relapse reissue of Armed and Dangerous, originally released in 1984. It's considered an EP, but it has 7 tracks, so, call it what you will. This is a single LP, comes with a lyrics insert. Vinyl variants are clear with white and black stripes and splatter. 255 copies. Black inside milky clear with black splatter, 336 copies. White and black galaxy merge, 776 copies, as well as 1,794 in black. Nice numbers. There are also 100 copies pressed in clear vinyl, but only for friends of the band, basically, and for the label as well. I might be curious to see if one of those pops up on Discogs in the future. Be interesting to see. Also from Relapse Records is the second of the Razer reissues, this time for the band's 2011 live album entitled Live Osaka Saiku. It's a 2 LP set with a gatefold sleeve. Vinyl variants are Butterfly Effect with Splatter, 247 copies pressed. Blood Red inside milky clear, 342 pressed. Blood Red with metallic silver and white splatter, 520 copies pressed, as well as Black, 1,344 copies. Crazy. Razer's a pretty solid Canadian thrash/speed metal band. They've been around for a while, obviously. Never heard this live album, so I might check it out. If you've heard it, let me know in the comments. Is it a good sound? Is it a good recording? All that kind of stuff. I'll check it out in the interim probably as well. Definitely let me know, though. Moving on to January 22nd, and back to new releases, we have the 10th studio album from Dutch death metal band Asphyx. It is called Necroceros, or Necroceros, depending on if you want to make it into some sort of undead dinosaur. It's going to be released through Century Media. Vinyl variants for Europe are Dark Green, 400 copies, Clear, 200 copies, and an unspecified number of black copies. All those editions, by the way, come with a poster. Vinyl variants for the US are Olive Green, 500 copies, as well as Translucent Orange, 200 copies. It should be known that the US version is going to be pushed to February 9th. Keep that in mind. Also, we're not sure if the US versions are going to have the poster. It doesn't say on the US version of the website, so I'm a little unclear if you're going to get that. 2 music videos are available for tracks from this album. Check out Botox Implosion, as well as Knights Templar Stand. That's on the official Century Media YouTube page. I enjoyed Asphyx's early material back in my college radio days, but I lost track of them later on, which is kind of sad. I'm curious to hear this upcoming album now. Could be good. Next on the 22nd is the 5th full-length album from Wardruna. They are a Norwegian folk metal band. The album is called, and I'm going to butcher this, Kvitravin. The album was supposed to be released in June of 2020, but COVID bumped it all the way to January, so that's what happened in case you were wondering. It's a 2 LP set in a gatefold sleeve and with a 12-page booklet. Vinyl variants are 180-gram white vinyl, limited to 100 copies, and on an unspecified number of 180-gram black. They also have a very strange warning on their US website, on the merch site in particular, regarding licensing issues and not being able to sell to certain countries, including most of Europe, actually, as well as Canada. So check into that first before you actually buy. That's what they tell you to do. Speaking of Europe, the band does have merch bundles associated with the release of this album at their official European web store. That's at wardrunashop.com. Check that out if interested. There is a music video for the title track, and even if you don't like this band, you really should check it out. It's extremely well shot, it's very immersive. Someone put a lot into the production of this music video, so definitely check it out. You'll like it. I've never really checked into this band, but I know they have quite a following. I have a number of friends who are pretty crazy about Wardruna, so I might get around to hearing this one day. We'll see. Moving on to January 29th, we have the second album for Pounder called Breaking the World. It'll be coming out through Shadow Kingdom Records. It's a 1 LP, and it comes with a lyric insert. Vinyl variants are black, 300 copies, as well as half blue, half orange in 700 copies. It's also available on Bandcamp if wanting to go that direction. I always suggest Bandcamp because you get the digital downloads as well. Definitely support Bandcamp. It's a great little site. No music videos for this album that I can find, but there are some live clips on YouTube to check out, and if you're of the mind to do so, which you should be, because they're a decent band. This is the first I've heard of this American band. They're traditional heavy metal. They've got gruff but powerful vocals, some catchy choruses. I'm pretty interested in looking into them some more. And who knows, I might buy this one. Also on the 29th, we have the 17th studio album for Therion. They are a symphonic metal band from Sweden. The album is called Leviathan. It will be released on Nuclear Blast Records. It's a single LP in a gatefold sleeve. Vinyl variants for Europe are gold, 300 copies, clear, also 300 copies, and an unspecified number of black copies. For the US, we'll get silver, also an unspecified number of copies. This is the vinyl release date. I should be clear about that. It will be released on other formats a week earlier. And there are music videos for this album, one for the title track, as well as one for Die Wellen der Welt. Sorry in advance to the Swedes for that pronunciation. I'm not a big fan of symphonic metal at all. I might skip this one, but if you're a fan of it, you should probably look into it. Hell, you probably already like them. And that's it for this month. If you know of any upcoming metal vinyl releases that I missed, either ones this month or in the coming months, definitely let me know in the comments below. Always super helpful. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see me do more in the future months, definitely give this video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And you know what? Share this with some friends. Why not, right? If this is your first time to my channel, this is the Accusation Network. I do metal vinyl collecting videos once a week. Sometimes I do them twice a week. You should check out the playlist, check out the videos, and enjoy the heck out of them. And as always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for even more upcoming metal vinyl releases next month.